Hi, this is Kelly. Welcome to my 100th video, Eternal Bloom. So this is just some joint compound. And this particular can of it was kind of wet anyway. And what I'm going to do is spoon some into this little container here and add a little water. I didn't measure or anything. I just wanted to thin it out just a little bit. Mix it really well till it's smooth. Yeah, I only have one project today. This was time consuming, dry time, and everything else. And this is just your average everyday dollar store rose. And I'm going to dip it down in this mixture and use my spoon to make sure I get it completely covered. And just keep on pressing it in there. I want to thank you guys for being here with me. 100 videos, I can't even believe it. I didn't even realize my son brought it to my attention the other day. So I want to do something a little different. This is kind of a sculptural piece. It looks more sculptured than crafted. So I'm taking my spoon, getting excess out, adding more in between the petals, and just make sure you get everything completely covered. There we go. Add a little bit here and there. It's messy, but not too bad. Make sure you protect your table because it is going to fly around. And standing it upright to dry wasn't really an option, so I ended up hanging them upside down to dry. And I just use a clip and attached it to a pipe cleaner and hung them up, and then just put some kind of paper or something underneath in case they drip a little bit. But yeah, I just keep working it, make sure it's everywhere, but not too clumpy in between, all stuck together. And like I said, I'm gonna hang that to dry, and I left that overnight. I made several of them. I ended up using 3 of them in this piece. I got this wall decor at Dollar General, and I'd already painted it black because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it yet. But I figured since it was painted, this spackle would probably stick better to it, so I wasn't worried about it. And I've just got these little cheap tools from Dollar Tree. They work just fine. And I'm going to spread this spackle. This is heavyweight spackle. It's the kind that's pink and it turns white once it's dry. And I'm going to spread that all around the top of the framed area. And I'm going to go through and I'm just going to kind of, press into it and have it, kind of sculpted into looking like a plaster wall, for instance. You don't want to just spread it on there. You want to kind of make little swirls and peaks in it, It could actually look like plaster. And this is a, what is this called? Parisian gray? Yeah, Parisian gray. This is a folk art, and it is the most beautiful gray. It's a light gray. And now, I should have sealed that spackle once it dried before I painted it, so food for thought. You can Mod Podge it or you can clear coat it, and I should have. It turned out okay, but I had a couple pieces wanted to chip off on me that were easy to fix, and then I just sealed the heck out of it after everything was all said and done. But anyway, look at that gray. Isn't that a pretty gray? And I painted the entire thing that gray. So now we're going to get some more of this joint compound, some water. And we're going to mix this a little bit thinner than I did for the flowers. And there on the right, the pile of white stuff there, that's gauze. It was a roll of gauze I cut into strips. Each strip is like a foot or so long. There's no, measurement you need to do or anything. Just manageable pieces. And I just start dunking that in my mixture, until I get it all wet. And in hindsight, I should have made it even thinner. Would have been a little easier because it's going to stiffen up when it dries. But so this way, I had to take my hands and just keep squeezing it and rubbing it on there just to make sure the whole thing got saturated. And then I'm just going to run the excess off there. And I think I did 4 pieces about that. It's probably more like 2 feet long maybe, but anyway, it's so now I'm just spreading it open so that it's not all, you know, rolled up. I want to be able to move it around and create folds in it and all that. This is wax paper underneath. And here's 3 of the roses I'm going to use. They turned out really awesome. So I figure out where I want them. And we're just going to take some hot glue, and we're going to wrap gauze around them, and they're going to stabilize them. But we want to get them in place well enough. And I'm going to go ahead and put a piece around this rose before I glue the other 2 to make sure some is in between. And I initially kind of pull it out towards the inside edge there, but I don't leave it there. I was thinking I was going to do something else, but going around in a circle around them turned out to be the best bet. So, and we're just going to glue these other 2 in place. And a little more glue there. Like I said, we're just going to make sure they're going to stay put long enough to get the gauze around there. And one more. So now I've got some more gauze going on here. And I took the gloves. They were just getting in my way after a while. You know, it washes right off your hands, but it will dry your skin out. I have dry skin anyway. So just be mindful of that. Lots of lotion when you're done, you know. And you see, I'm just kind of pressing it down and creating folds in it as I go. And if you do something like this, you're going to adjust it many times, you know. It will stay wet for a while, but you don't want to goof around too long, you know. And yeah, it's messy. And I don't care. It's a lot of fun. And don't worry about the excess, you know, the plaster getting on the outside frame. It actually looked like a white dry brush by the time I was done, and then I dry brushed white right over top of it anyways. Yeah, I don't know how Gothic this would really be. I guess it kind of is because it looks like it's sculpted in stone or whatever, but I want to do something different. 100 videos, I thought, well, I want to I had made the roses a couple weeks ago and wasn't sure what to do with them. So I decided I wanted to do something with my roses for my 100th video. And I'm just using that little tool to kind of press down. And I have some, that's just regular joint compound. It's not thinned down or anything on that yellow Post-it pad there. And as I go, I add a little underneath for some just additional glue, if you will, to make sure all that gauze stays in place. And you can kind of press the edges down, and you'll see how it starts to stick. And you see how I'm pushing on it, creating all these little wrinkles and folds. You're gonna go back and forth, fix them. You pull on it, you move it, and you put it back, and you know. So it is a process. As the edges, I'm pressing them down. Just make sure they're going to stick. And you see how that's starting to look. And now the entire thing is done. It actually looks like it's made out of stone. So I'm going around the outside edge with some more just straight up joint compound and gluing it down, so to speak. And make sure this dries completely, at least overnight. So now I've got some more of this Parisian gray, and I added just a tiny bit of black to darken it, because once you add the water to do the wash, it's going to lighten it. So I'm going to go over everything, all of the gauze and the roses, and dab off the excess. Now, I sealed the dried product, the whole thing, before I did this, because if you just go right on top of that gauze, it's going to just soak in it and just make it soaking wet. And it did soften a little bit, but not enough to worry about. And as soon as I got done doing the wash, I put it in front of the fan, and it firmed right back up. It didn't take but a half an hour. And basically, you just dip it in the paint and in the water, and brush it on. You want it nice and thin. And like the rose, now the plaster roses were more forgiving. They weren't getting soft when I did this, but just be careful. Just don't use too much. Using that paper towel, I was dabbing off the excess so there wasn't just massive amounts of water running down underneath that gauze. So now I've added some more black paint to the gray and darkened it, and we're going to take a tiny brush and we're going to get down inside and underneath all these folds to really make it pop. And yeah, I use my napkin to dab I don't want it super wet, because you can't really dab that off when you get it down in those crevices. So you just make sure you don't have too much of this wash on your brush. And this took a little time too. Like I said, this project did take a while. So, because once you get all that gauze on there, you got to let it dry at least overnight. And you can see, I think you can see, give it some depth. Now, this is a small chip brush and just some white chalk paint. And this is where it really starts to come to life. And I'm going to hit the highest points with that white. And I started out kind of light and I ended up going heavier. And just hit all those little peaks. And you see the frame where it looks like I dry brush white on it. I don't think I did yet. I might have, but the plaster made it. No, I think I did. Yeah, I dry brushed white all the way around that as well. Yeah, this is when it really started to look like it was actually made of stone, and it had highlights and depth, and I was very pleased with it. And now I'm going to do the same with the highest point areas of the roses. Thank you guys again, all your support and your sharing and your wonderful comments and just you watching. I really appreciate it. That's what got me here. I really appreciate it. So now I seal this again. Once I do all that dry brush, I seal that with acrylic matte, and I just let that go ahead and dry really well, because I put two pretty heavy coats on it to make sure it was sealed down. So while that's drying, I've got these leaves that came off of some Dollar Tree roses, and this is that Decor Vintage. It's kind of a gray blue. I want to have a little pop of color, and I'm just going to paint these on both sides, and I do 2 coats. And then I'm going to also dry brush this with the white chalk paint. And these, you could, plaster the leaves if you want, but that chalk paint, once it's dry and that white dry brush, you get the look you want. So now I've got a little bit of black Spanish moss, and I'm just going to tuck it in these 3 areas. There's quite a void, and if I just stick leaves in there, you'll see where they're glued down. And I was like, so I've placed my leaves where I want them. Now I'm going to take my little paintbrush, and I'm going to create an opening in that moss to make sure I can get the stem through there and glued down without getting glue all over all the moss. And I've got the piece that has 2 leaves on it and 2 single leaves. And I made one leaf look like it was actually attached to one rose, and then the other one to the other rose. And then here's my 2. I left the paintbrush in the spot so I would know where exactly to put it once I put the glue on. Just push it on in there and hold it in place. So this is a silver metallic that came in a little kit I got at Dollar General that is not silver. It's like a pearl white, and it is just fantastic. So I'm just going to add just a subtle touch of that to the highest points of the roses, and it doesn't really look like a metallic paint on there. Kind of just gives it a little bit of a like the light's reflecting off of it. And we are finished. Let me know what you think of this one. This was a lot of fun, and I'm very pleased how it turned out. Thanks again for being here to celebrate my 100th video. Hope to see you again soon. Don't forget to like and share and all the things. Bye.